Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start directly with Ethereum here on the 4 hours chart, where we are still looking for a potential double 1-2 here, and then probably of course wave 3 to unfold toward the upside. However, of course, a signal of weakness has appeared on the micro level, which we're gonna see of course later on, which will of course start to reduce a little bit the possibility here for something to be much more lower. Don't forget that taking, of course, this price is definitely confirmation for a lower even, and that means, of course, we might take this low over there, breaking, of course, the double 1-2 and finishing here as an ABC zigzag and pushing, of course, for something deeper as a correction for Ethereum. Now, basically, if we dive inside it here, well, we can be, of course, in a 1-2 and it can be double 1-2 here and a wave 3, and then wave 4 is still unfolding there as triangle, first scenario. Wave 5, a 4, and a 5 to unfold here as an impulse. So these double 1-2 is a little bit question mark since the wave 2 took the 886, but still a possibility. Don't forget that you have also here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as well. This is your major wave 3 impulse, of course, that it might be finishing something for lower. Now, the final scenario can be also a 3 waves down here, where you have a wave X as WX and a wave Y still to be unfolding something towards the downside as a complex structure as well, of course, in double zigzag, for example. And of course, right now we're looking at the 2 hours chart here, where we have, of course, this potential triangle, A, B, C, D, and an E, and then we drop down. Now, why we are looking here for something for lower? Because, of course, the invalidation for bullish is already very, very close here, and the wave 4 is starting to be a very far scenario as a 1-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 3. Wave 4, of course, was very, very deep and very likely to be in an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which it might hit our invalidation at $3,026. Now, on the 1 hour chart, of course, something is, of course, unfolding here correctively, but still can be, don't forget that this can be a wave 4 unfolding here toward the downside, but in case we are looking for higher, but it is still corrective, guys. So I doubt it that we gonna continue yet, of course, for something for higher. I would like to see, of course, something here pushing as a wave 2 or as a wave B as well. So in case we are even in a finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this can be as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is corrective there, and nothing yet is impulsive, I would say, unless, of course, we have a diagonal, but I doubt it as well, because the wave 2 is horrible, very long in time, suggesting a wave B rather than a wave 2. So very likely we are in a wave B, and that means the ABC wave 2 in a wave B. By all means, right now, targets, in case that this is a finished wave 1, and we're looking here at the minimum target 0.38, which we saw reaction before hitting it even. So that is a lot of weakness there. So I would like to still test this area. Yeah, so I would like to see the reaction also there as an ABC. If the 1-to-1 fib level will be broken here as, of course, zigzag or something as a regular flat. So as you can see, confluence is 0.38. If the price push there and break it toward the upside, then I come back to something bullish. But if we stays below this $3,150, we are looking, of course, to continue the drop toward the downside here. So yeah, I would say be careful with Ethereum. Is not looking already very, very good for bullish, especially with this deep wave 4. Now the invalidation is not taken yet, but yeah, this is a very, very deep correction, and it looks impulsive. Very simple. Now on the 1 minute chart, we can see, of course, a signal for bullish there, but it's not a very strong signal, I would say. It's not in divergence first. Second, you still have a lot of bearish pressure here, obviously in convergence, which is, so a lot of bearish signals coming from the top there, playing, of course, as a strong move. And especially when you start to get double and even triple signals like this means, of course, something very, very bearish is unfolding, guys. And obviously, we saw it. Currently, the bullish signal is weak. It might unfold only a wave C because we don't have a divergence. Therefore, we're looking for higher. The soon we get a new bearish signal there with a wave C, well, we might continue the drop toward the downside here. So this is regarding Ethereum. For Solana, we are looking still also at our target area here, the red zone, as of course a testing area. Now we hit the 1.618 for a wave 3, but again, this also looks like an ABC to finish a wave B, so we gotta be careful with it, that we might be here in something corrective also on the all-time history. And especially that you might be here in double 1-2, your wave 3, this might be a wave 4, can be a triangle and dropping down, can be an ABC running flat and dropping down, or WX and a Y and pushing for lower. Now on the 1 hour chart, we still of course testing this diagonal because we got a motive wave as diagonal, so the trend is suggesting something to push towards downside. Especially that this move here, it doesn't look like a perfect move, as a diagonal still can be, but we still need to test it. Anyway, I was expecting this move or this push toward the upside here for a wave 2 there. And if we take the fib levels taken, of course, there for an impulse, a wave 2, we are in the perfect area here, dropping without hitting the 886, meaning it's still a very, very valid wave 2, even a perfection for a wave 2. And of course, the reaction has been given there. On the 15-minute chart, you are in a 1, 2, 3 here. Wave 4 is still unfolding and might continue the drop towards the downside. So very, very likely as well to be, of course, looking for lower here. In case it is only an ABC, well, that will be also to be estimated. So I would say key level again, of course, 1-to-1 fib level to be taken there. Let me also this invalidation. Let me remove this. All right, so the 1-to-1 fib level here has to be broken. So by all means, if we are bearish, you want also to break the 1-to-1 and take the invalidation, which is of course interfering with the 1, 2, 3 wave 4 is not allowed. So breaking the 1-to-1 fib level here is a red flag, and of course an invalidation is a confirmation that we're looking even for lower prices. Now, in this case, that it might happen, well, we would like to see, of course, further continuation toward the downside. And that means, of course, the $75 for Solana scenario is back here. What do I mean with this? That Solana on the daily here might be seeking for this area between the $75. And that because we might be, of course, in potential wave 1 or a wave A. You're looking for a wave B or a wave 2. And this impulse towards the upside here is unfinished yet as a 1, 2, 3 and then wave 4 and a 5 in case we are bullish. But in case we have finished the impulse over there, wave 4 finished here, wave 5 over there, that means you have finished here an ABC zigzag. You're looking for 3 waves down, $75. You are in double 1, 2, you're looking for 3 waves down for wave 2, $75. And you are also in a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wave 4 has to be a zigzag, $75 perfect targets, and then pushing for higher. That means, of course, this 3 waves has to finish exactly at the 1-to-1 level in confluence with the 0.38, $75. So yeah, for Solana, of course, we still see some weaknesses. Be careful from the triangle, of course. It can be also very, very likely. Now, on the KGT as well for Solana, we see something nicer as from Ethereum. We see, of course, a divergence here within the bullish signal, and we see an invalidation for the bearish. So honestly, on the indicator here, it shows a really nice signal as bullish. So we might, of course, turn... Nobody knows. It might turn into an ABC, of course, and we continue toward the upside here. By all means, that this can be something as a WX and a wave Y here finished. And then, of course, finished wave 4. And then, of course, we continue toward the upside. By all means, if the price stays below, of course, be above this price, we're looking for higher, okay? we're looking for higher, especially of course if we don't take this low. So if we don't take this low, well, I would say it's still very, very clear to push for higher. Now it can take it and take the 1-to-1 and then moving ahead later on. But okay, so the sentiments are still of course possible for bullish here, especially if you are in a leading diagonal and a wave 2 still forming here and pushing for higher. So higher possibility for Solana still there to push for higher, but if we dive deeper here, especially that it is a red flag, so we gotta be careful with it. Yep, so this is regarding Solana. The final one we're gonna see is SUI here. For SUI, as well, on the 4 hours chart, we're looking also at a deep impulse toward the downside that it might be unfinished yet. And what does it mean here is that we might be looking, of course, for a deep impulse, and this can be your wave 4 there, still unfolding for wave 5. Yeah, so we can still be in a wave 5 unfolding until this blue box at $1. If this will happen, that means of course you are in a WXNY here, because this is a 3 waves, and of course we finish a wave 4 and we drop down. Now if we dive inside it, of course you have also a possibility for a WXNY, and also still have the possibility for an impulse to be finished in double 1 2, wave 3, wave 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Currently, the price is still in the perfect area for wave 4 in our red zone here, but it is, of course, in a formation of 5 waves, knowing that the wave 3 is very longer than wave 1, which is not allowed. But the problem is that it's still contracting, and many times it works, of course, as a potential scenario. Now, also the 1-to-1 fib level is taken, which is not allowed in a diagonal, and of course suggesting a finished wave 4. If this is a finished wave 4 and we're looking for a 1-2 or even a WX and a wave Y, so currently you would like to seek, of course, for higher prices. If of course we have an impulse and a wave 2 here and we're looking for higher prices, I would like to see, of course, continuation, at least breaking the 1-to-1 fib level from the top here, and of course as a signal that we might be bullish already is breaking it. Yeah, so we want to see the price pushing above the 1.89 again. Yeah, so in this case I would like to see, of course, this price broken in case we are bullish, but in case we are going to recess again toward the downside here from the 1-to-1, that means, of course, something bearish is unfolding over there. Also, SUI showing a very nice signal on the KGT for the 1-minute chart here, a divergence, but not very strong, but still a divergence, which it might push, of course, the price towards the upside, at least in an ABC, especially that this is an impulse as a 1-2, very complex, but yeah, we gotta be careful. Looks 5 ways, but wave 5 is longer than wave 3, but still fine. But be careful from a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here as an ABC. If broken upward, that means, of course, new high might be, of course, looking for SUI there. The targets for a wave 5, in case that this will unfold, of course, a wave 5 might be the following: 5/1. We're looking, of course, to this blue zone there as a target. $2.33, $2.20, and around it. That was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.